Hello. Indeed, it has, Vale.
Just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce.
Okay. Hello, people out there on the interwebs. This is the Drama Critic. I watched the drama so you don't have to. And today we're covering a few little nitpicks. This is mainly about Ragreynolds, so I'll cover his video in a second. But I gotta straighten some shit out. Uh, the other drama channel known as Snickers, the next generation, is gonna have like some small things on it, but Dan's basically given up with the whole bashing another YouTuber called Sammy Prepper. He's decided to give that a break for a while, maybe forever, who knows? But Generation Productions decided to give it a break. However, and he's decided he doesn't give a shit about Sammy Prepper no more. So he's given her up for a bit. And of course, although Sammy's little minions are still at it again. Yeah, like a little yellow minion, pretty much. And let's just start this up. Just a little quick thing here. I just got this in my notifications saying that Jules has said, put up a video about that, covering that. The stuff what basically Generation Productions, the GP has said. Here's the thing, right, Jules. I don't know the full-on drama with you because I'm the drama critic. Okay, I just covered a little bit of drama here and there. I'm a different character and a personality to Dan, Generation Productions, or Snickers, Snickerex. But here's the thing, right? As a character that I am, created by such as Generation Productions, I still have the same concept as him. And all I can say is Jules, just get over it, right? Just get over it. Leave Generation Productions alone. He's not coming for your ass. He's not doing anything to you, so just leave him alone. He's even leaving alone that little muppet who's got her hand so far up your ass and using your mouth as her mouthpiece, namely Sammy, right? So don't get started, Jules. Just leave it alone. You know, Generation Productions, okay, Snickers, Next Generation, it's like a dog shit on a pavement. It's all dried, shriveled up, and it's even lost its smell. It just needs to be left alone. Okay, like I said, Snickers Next Generation is like a shit turd. It's just sitting in the wind. Okay, let it go. All right, don't bother coming to it. Anyway, covering another topic. Yes, Generation Productions also put up a video about the Flash movie, and yes, even I sort of being somewhat nostalgic. Yeah, the movie wasn't so bad. I sort of have a view of it as well. That wasn't so bad. But back to the main source of business. Let's get down to business. So I said back to that thing, Jules, just leave Dan alone. Aussie List, just leave Dan alone. Stop being trolling him. Stop trying to talk shit about him. Just leave it alone, will ya? Anyway, back to the point. So, back to business. So, we are now covering another YouTuber. Now, of course, we've already had, I believe, basically another person that we cover on this here channel, Ryan Upchurch, or as I like to call him, Ryan Up the Arse Church. He's now leaving for 6 months to go and try and rebuild. Well, all good to you, man. But if you come on back, I'm going to be crawling right up your ass again, boy. So Ryan Upchurch, again, who's a bit of a known as a country rapper, he's decided to leave for 6 months. So we'll see how we go to with that. But another YouTuber has decided to get up and leave too. Another one I cover on this here channel, which is Ragreynolds. Yeah, who ever thought it, right? The guy who had a crack on about Australia and all this junk here and there. Apparently he's leaving as well. He's leaving YouTube as well and claiming that his life is in danger and he's basically leaving YouTube for that sort of reason, or even more to the point, it's sort of indicating that his channel is dead, more or less. I'm not going to say he's going to die, but that's what he's passing off, that he's going to die. But I'm pretty sure it's just a metaphor for his channel dying, I think. That's pretty where he's at. So let's watch it, people. Ragreynolds leaving YouTube because he believes that he's going to die. All right, let's see.
New York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. I guess people like. So take me back to Constantinople. No, you can't go back to Constantinople now. It's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks. If you're watching this video,
Right, yeah.
I am dead.
Really?
And that's kind of scary
You
to
look
say,
alive to me.
but it's true. I'm recording this
Your channel's
video
fine, don't you?
April 13th, 2023 at 11:02 a.m. I am going to be setting this video to publish in 2 weeks from now. And if I reach those 2 weeks, like if I don't die in those 2 weeks, I will set it for 2 weeks after.
Why?
And then if I survive another 2 weeks, I will set it 2 weeks after that.
Why?
And I'll keep going, and I'll keep going. And so eventually when this video posts, and you're watching this, it means that I died.
How do you figure that?
Within 2 weeks of this video being posted. Within the 2 weeks, the 14 days prior to this video being posted, it means that I met my demise.
How do you figure that?
Now this could be for a lot of different reasons. Some of which are known to me at the moment, some which are not. There's not much I can actually share at this time. But this video will post when I die. And I hope I'm going to leave some things. I'm going to make some arrangements so that in the weeks after this video is posted, you can get some more information. People can find out what happened. Because I don't want to die and my presence online and on YouTube just to disappear. I don't think that's a good end for me.
So
I would like for something to continue.
But here's the thing, dude. If you're going to just shut down your channel for about 6 months, because I know Ryan, I know Ragreynolds, I know, that Ryan Upchurch is leaving for about 6 months. Why don't you just leave for 6 months as well, dude? You know, you don't have to shut down your channel, basically kill your channel completely, dude. Just tone it back a bit, dial it down a bit with this whole kicking it, saying all this conspiracy theory stuff. That New Zealand's coming for your ass and Australia's not real, and just dial it back a bit, dude. Seriously, you know.
And so I will make preparations. I will leave access for someone I trust to come on here and maybe post things as well.
So basically what he's trying to say is he's not gonna, basically he is going to leave YouTube for a while, but he's not going to take his channel down. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, yeah, I totally get that, right? Like, you don't want to leave YouTube completely because you may want to come back. Like I said, well, Rag boy, yeah. Sugar, just give me a second. Getting back up here. There we go. And then we go poof back to where we're at. So yeah, okay. Look, Rag boy, all you need to do is to cut back on this whole BS with Australia not existing, and we're not all real, that we're all living in some sort of matrix, all this kind of conspiracy stuff, man, because it's eventually going to screw you up in the head, right? It's going to fuck with you. Okay, sometimes it's done for a bit of fun, like we have like Star Trek, Star Wars, and Doctor Who that cover some kind of things like that for entertainment's sake. But if you really buy into that stuff, dude, it screws with your head. So yeah, maybe leaving for 6 months is not a bad idea too, for you, Ragreynolds. Yeah, keep your channel up. There's nothing wrong. You don't have to kill your channel, man. I'm not asking you to kill your channel. Just dial all your shit down a notch, man. All the conspiracy theories, all that stuff that's screwing with your head, boy. You just got to dial it back a bit. Even if even if you're doing it for comedic reasons, right? Even if if you don't take yourself seriously in what you say, man, like, you're going about Australia, New Zealand, and all these places that are considered not real in your little head of yours. The fact of the matter is, whether it's real for you or not, or you're just doing it for comedic aspects, just dial it down a bit, dude, because a lot of you're doing some of this stuff for comedic stuff, dude. Shock humor and dry humor is starting to phase out. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that. A lot of shock humor and there's a lot of humor that is being phased out, and so it's not that just that, dude. It's just a lot of stuff, false information, jokes, and all that sort of stuff. That's phasing out, dude. And look, you need to sort of like what Ryan said. You guys just need to rebrand and do a reboot for your channels and do a reboot for your lives and cover other topics rather than covering shit all the time. Start over, start afresh. That's what you guys need, So all this drama stuff, all this conspiracy stuff doesn't get stuck in your heads. Hey, Dwerp, nice to see you, man. Oh, it is what it is. At least you're here, so unless that's something. Anyways, back to the concept.
Yeah, this is a goodbye. This is the last time I will ever be speaking to you, people watching these videos.
This dude who are watching Dwerp is a guy by the name of Ragreynolds. He was a guy who claimed that Australia wasn't real and a few other things as well. I think he's sort of trying to be like an Irish comedian. But it is what it is, dude. This guy is trying to, cause clout and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's just not working. It's just not working, and yeah.
As an alive man. And by the time you see this, I won't be alive. I'll be gone. And as I said, there will be more information about why that happened after the fact. But
Ooh.
at the moment, it's just a waiting game. And I need to see how.
So was it right, dude? When I accidentally possibly doxed your real name, okay, Russell. So is that true, dude? Your name really is Russell. Well, hell, dude, I didn't even know your name was really Russell. It was just a lucky guess, you know. And you being Irish instead of Scottish, yeah, that was just a lucky guess as well, dude. So it's not like I'm trying to actually deliberately dox you, dude. But then that being said, that's not another real reason for you to leave, man. But you know,
Certain things play out.
mm,
And so, hey, maybe this video, maybe it might be 60 years before this video posts.
mm,
And I'll be in my 80s. I'll be like 86 years old.
mm,
And maybe that's when it'll post.
mm.
And yeah, so everyone will have forgotten by then. And to be honest, I should probably make an updated video by that point.
Mm-hmm.
But it could just as easily be a month from now.
Mm-hmm.
It depends how some things go in the coming months.
Mm.
So we'll see.
Mm.
We'll see what happens. I wanted to make this more lighthearted. But it's kind of difficult. It's difficult to make things lighthearted in that way. So yeah, there's not much else to say. There isn't.
Mm.
I've said what I need to say. If you're watching this, I'm dead, and that's it.
Okay.
Thank you to everyone who has watched these videos throughout the years.
So
Anyone who's still here.
So basically what you're saying is literally, dude, you're saying your channel's dead and that basically you're not going to make any more content for a while and you're going to leave your channel up so people can see your old videos and stuff. That's fine. Like I said, dude, it's not, dude, you don't have to leave the internet, dude. It's, well, unless you want to, of course, for your own mental health. I suppose that's possible. But Russell, you know, you don't have to leave YouTube, man. Just go in to chillax, you know, and not cover topics that people find offensive or misinformation, you know, all these kind of things, dude. Like, come on. You always gotta, you know, not take that stuff like to heart, dude. Just get over it and move on, man. You know, you can come, but then again, if you're taking 6 months off, dude, to go recharge your batteries like Ryan, be my guest. Go take 6 months off and then come on back. You know, Ryan Upchurch is planning it. I don't see why you shouldn't. Take 6 months off and come back and at least try and rebuild your channels. I mean, Ryan Upchurch is going to try and rebuild his channel and fix everything up. Maybe you should too, Rag Boy Reynolds, Russell. You might need to do that, man. Maybe that's what you got to do. Just take 6 months off and then come on back. You know, when you've had a break. You know, but for the moment, I guess you're saying your channel's dead for now because you're not going to upload any new content. Okay. Interesting enough. But anyway.
Anyone who's supported me. And I hope you continue to remember me in death.
But you're not really dying, dude. It's just your channel's dying.
Sayonara, suckers.
It's just your channel that's dead, dude. It's not really.
Listen, there's a good chance somebody's trying to hack your website right now. You got.
So, yeah, dude. It's just that your channel's died, more or less. Ryan, not Ryan, not just Ryan, but also, you know, Ragreynolds, Russell, dude. Just because your channel's dead doesn't mean you're dead. Come on. Don't get so serious, dude. Well, I think that's about all for this little covering of topic of Rag because he doesn't really do much now. Might just see if there's any other old stuff of Rag Boy. Since he is leaving for a while, that's fine. So apparently, he had a crack at a few people. So he had a crack at a few people on the internet. So let's go back and have a watch at some of these old videos of his for a bit. So I'm going to go back and look at one of his old ones where he has a crack at another fellow YouTuber. So let's go back and cover a little bit of this drama, and then we'll end this one. Here we go.
It has been quite some time since I made a response video on this channel, but this guy needs a little reality check.
Oh, yeah?
Give him.
Okay. So, there's this YouTuber who...
Who's this dude? Who is this dude? I have no idea who the heck this guy is, but he's going to go challenge Ragreynolds. Okay, let's see what this guy... I don't know. I think he's about 17 or 18 years old, this dude. Well, whoever this dude is, I hope he gives good old Rag a bit of a good old smacking upside the head with some of his ideas. All right, here we go.
Very good. Adjusting your camera 5 seconds into the video.
Right,
Maybe you could have done that before you started.
don't be a smart ass, Rag.
Riveting point, by the way. Riveting point. This guy is a dumb fuck.
Rightio, get on with it. Get on with it, Rag boy.
Take all the awards.
He makes the worst YouTube videos.
I make the worst YouTube videos.
Mm.
You know, I always think that's amusing because if I make the worst YouTube videos, then what would you call this video that I'm responding to right now that you've made? Because I think this video is considerably worse than anything I have ever posted on this channel in the, I don't know, 11 years worth of video history that currently exists on this channel. I would say this video is worse than any of them.
Thinks Australia doesn't exist.
Correction. I know Australia doesn't exist.
In theory.
Thinks part of England doesn't exist.
Correction. I know parts of England don't exist.
He thinks Wales don't exist.
I never said that the animals Wales did not exist. I never said that. Maybe you're getting mixed up there. I did say that the country of Wales does not exist, but you said I think Wales don't exist. And so Wales don't exist. If just to educate you on some basic English here, the way your sentence structure going there, that is you say that, like, if you said he thinks the Welsh don't exist, that would have made sense. Mm-hmm. But you said he thinks Wales don't exist. Mm-hmm. That means you're saying that I think the animal whales don't exist. You should have really said he thinks Wales doesn't exist. And to correct you again anyway, I know Wales doesn't exist.
And he would also beat up a child.
You finally said something true.
Because he did like 3 videos of called YouTubers that he would beat up.
I mean, if you want, I'll do a 4th video and I'll put you on there because you're probably easier than any of the children that I mentioned.
Oh, you are a smart-ass cunt, aren't you, Rag boy? Russell from Bristol. Dude, you gotta learn to chill, Russell. You know, just because people Brussel you, Russell, doesn't necessarily mean you gotta go always insulting someone. Like, come on, dude. Drop the bullshit. Come on, dude. Drop your bullshit.
And he would constantly fat shame other YouTubers on there.
I was fat shaming? Oh no. I'm a fat guy myself. Fat.
Yes, hello, Beck. Yes, we're covering Ragreynolds. Ragreynolds is a guy who threatens people, who believes Australia doesn't exist. And apparently he's going on a 6-month hiatus. Yeah. But before he does, I thought I'd just go back and cover a little bit of his bullshit.
Fat guys can't really fat shame other fat people. I mean, or if they can, I think that's fine. I think people should be allowed to fat shame. Like I've got a gut. I'm fat. I should be allowed to make fun of other fat people. I think that's fair. So don't cry about it. You look like tears are about to start streaming down your cheeks.
And he would say, because
being rude.
Ryan's Toys Reviews, I believe. I think that's the YouTuber that's called. He's literally a little kid.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that I would kick Ryan's Toy Reviews ass. Like, that the whole point of that video was me saying if I would or would not beat certain YouTubers in a fight to the death.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, Beck. It's the one and the same, Beck. One and the same. Yes, indeed. This guy is the exact same one that took on Isaac Butterfield. Yep, same one. Apparently, like I said, Beck, he's going on a hiatus. He's going to have 6 months off a year. Same thing with also another YouTuber, Ryan Upchurch, is also having a break for 6 months to try and do a rebuild. And I think this guy, Ragreynolds, is planning to do the same. But before that, like I said, in this video, I'm covering one of the old videos he's doing. This one was uploaded 2 months ago. So, you know.
Of course I'm going to beat that little kid in a fight to the death. What is your point?
And he's 33 years
the
old.
point he's making is, Rag Boy, is that you really shouldn't threaten kids on the internet. It's not a good look. Saying yourself, right, that kid's been bullying me and he's been harassing me. I'll knock the teeth out of that little kid, the little cunt. You know, you don't say shit, man, like that, especially trying to mean it, you know. That kind of shit's going to get you into trouble, basically, Ragreynolds. That's going to get you into a lot of shit if it hasn't already started by this time.
I'm 33 years old. That is actually offensive. That is truly offensive. Truly. I'm 26, I will have you know.
I think. I don't know. He's probably in his 30s or 40s. I don't know.
Or 40s? 30s or 40s? This just gets worse.
He's like in his 30s.
I like your little hearts on the wall. Very cute. Nice decoration there.
And he said that he would beat up a kid easily. He would kick a kid's ass.
Of course I would easily beat up a kid. Are you saying you wouldn't? Are you saying that if you had to fight the kid to the death, the kid would beat you? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that. You do look like a bit of a wimp.
Oi! Rag! Russell Rag! Shut your mouth, dude. No, what he's saying is Rag is pretty much more or less, he probably could take on a kid himself, but he doesn't want to because, again, saying that kind of stuff will get you cancelled on the internet, you idiot. You know, the idea of doing any form of abuse to a child will get you cancelled. What part of that do you not understand, Rag Boy?
But seriously, are you really surprised that I said that I would win in that fight?
And then he said in the second video, like the second video that he done of him, he would grab that toy gun or he would grab a gun and he would shoot him in the head.
I don't believe I did say that, but if I did say that, I think it makes sense. I mean, the little kid in the picture I used of him, he's holding a toy gun, right? So why wouldn't I take it off of him and see if it works or not? If it works, that's an easy win for me. And if it doesn't work, then I just toss it to the side and I beat him up anyway.
Dude, you're not helping your case. Oh my God. Rag, you're not helping your case, dude. It's still coming across that you're an idiot, mate. You know, it's not helping you.
I'm not going to leave him with the gun and let him shoot me. Like, what if that's real? Then I'm going to die. So I'm not going to take that chance.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be apologizing.
So, this guy is called Ragreynolds.
That's me.
Daz Games made not a new one, but made one of his reaction to Ragreynolds.
A very long time ago. Are we living in 2017 or something right now? 2018? I think that's when Daz made it. We're talking 5-6 years ago here. Are you living in the past?
Australia doesn't exist. I'm sorry, but Australia is a bloody country. In the world.
So, yeah, dude. Back to that point. The kid, that dude's got a point. You know, Rag. You know, it's not a good look to say you're going to beat up a kid. That's not a good look. Just saying.
Australia is a bloody country in the world. Wow. I have never heard this before. What an original, riveting thought.
Well, it's better than anything you can come up with.
Know what it is? Then look it up on the internet.
Look it up on the internet. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, pal. I'll do that.
It's has everything on there. Google Maps, it has it on there.
I never understand people using Google Maps as like proof of anything. Like, you do realize Google Maps, like when you're looking at Google Maps, it's clearly like illustrations and stuff. Like you do see that. Like above when you're looking at the basic map, it's like an illustration. That's not real. It's computer generated.
Okay. Well, let's have a look at this, shall we? Rightio, Rag. Let's debate that, shall we? Google Maps. Rightio. Now, let me just educate you a little bit here, Rag boy. Let me educate you. This is an illustration, yeah? That's what you're saying? This is an illustration. All that is all basically an illustration. It's all just like drawn and all this shit. Okay, you got yourself a point. But here's another point, dude. Watch this. It's a miracle. It's magic, because a person from where you're from in Ireland would not understand this shit. Here we go. Boom. Satellite imagery, boy. Right from outer space. So there we go. Right from outer space. So, and this is what sort of the idea of trying to look at it from outer space. Now, what they do is they take 1,000 frames per second of real places, real areas, and then they just slap all the photos. I mean, if you zoom in and out, you can sort of see that happening. Where it's, see all that pixelization and all that. That's all a bunch of photos. There we go. Even that showed it just then. You know, the idea is all of it is a collection of photos just slapped together and then pixelized, right? So all these are real photos that have been put together from satellite imagery and then just slapped all together, right? That's how it works, right? You follow me? So, say we go, because we are talking about Australia here, right? Let's go zoom into, say, like Sydney. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Zoom in a bit more. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Cars, houses, offices, railway track. All these photos are all here that is of a real place, Rag. All from satellite imagery. All this stuff here. Right? That's how it is. But you know what gets really, really creepy though, Rag? You know what gets really, really creepy, Rag? I'll show you something really creepy. This is going to creep you out, I think, if I can pull this up. We have now, there we go, what we call Bing Maps. And this shows you, now this is where things get really freaky, dude. Okay, you can still say it's an illustration, yeah, whatever. But what gets really creepy about this illustration is, from being in Australia, right here, check this out. Once we zoom right in, where are we? We zoom right in on a roadway. Look at this, people. Zoom right in. You can see that there is indeed, especially for the highways, right? There are indeed things being recorded as being moving. Some of the longer things are, I believe, like trucks and things, and the smaller bits are like cars. So I don't know if this has something to do with satellite tracking or satellite imagery, but you can actually see that all the freeways and stuff, that the cars are actually moving on the freeways. Yeah, that's interesting and scary, ain't it? It means that they're sort of tracking where you're going. So, yeah. So the fact is, Rag, satellite imagery is a thing. So yeah, the whole thing of Google Maps and Bing Maps and all these things. Well, some of it, yeah, you are correct. Some of it is animated, but then again, they're animated from all collection of photos slapped together of real places taken from satellites and stuff, and tracking satellites and normal satellite imagery, dude. So how can you say that shit ain't real? I'd like to see you explain, Rag Boy.
I mean, there is an option to go into satellite view and view things, but even then, it's not hard for people to make these things up. I mean, none of this is in like super high resolution. We're looking at pretty like not that great details when you're looking down at these maps. Like, I don't know why people think this is true evidence of anything being real. You really think it would be hard for one of these companies to just like throw something in there, just like dot something in the map? Like, of course not. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. So, but obviously, don't go and send him hate messages, direct messages, and stuff like that. Don't actually do that, because I don't advise you to bully anyone, because it's obviously it's not nice bullying anyone.
This is the part. This is the part that when I watched this video, this is the part that made me think, you know, I need to respond to this. Because what the fuck is this guy smoking? Like, what the fuck is he talking about? I don't endorse bullying. Don't send him bad messages. I don't think that's nice. It's not nice to send people nasty messages. Okay, then what the fuck have you been sending me? This guy, I only found this video because he sent it to me on my Instagram DMs after he spent hours and hours sending me nasty messages. Yeah, he's telling you guys not to. I mean, this is the very first...
Dude, show receipts. Rag Boy. Hello in there. That little pea brain of yours. If that teen, I'm pretty sure he's in his teens. Like, he looks about like 17 or 18 years old at this point. He's probably now in his mid 20s now or 30s now. But that kid that you're talking to, or that teenager you're talking to, yeah, okay. You say he's been sending you nasty messages. Okay, show the receipts, dumbass. If you're gonna go around and say, he's sending me nasty messages, then show the evidence. Show the bloody receipts, you fool. Go do that. And again, I will say that as well. Basically, the reason why we say this is so it's to cover our own ass. So yes, people don't send this dude hate, even though he kind of does deserve it. But don't send this dude hate because he's an idiot. You know, people like idiots like this don't deserve hate because they're an idiot. There's something to laugh at and to make fun of, more or less, because they're an LOL cow. Moo. Hey, Ragreynolds, can you say moo? Moo?
exchange we have. Why are you stupid? He sent me a message saying, why are you stupid? I said, stop eating sand. And he said, even I'm more smarter than you. Like, how funny is that? Even I'm more smarter than you.
Okay. So you are showing receipts. Let's pull that up. Boom. So there we go. Ragreynolds showing receipts. Well, at least he's not as dumb as what I thought. And what he says is in this little thing, why are you stupid? And you say, and then your response is, stop eating sand. And he's like, even I'm more smarter than you. Yeah, that's not really considered as hate speech, dude. That's not like sending you a hate speech message like saying, well, Ragreynolds, go into a hole and die. You know, some of that bullshittery, right? You're not getting hate speech. You're not getting hate messages, dude. So stop it. You know, he's just calling you out, dude.
Like, how funny is that? Even I'm more smarter than you? Jesus Christ. And this guy is going to sit on YouTube saying, don't go send him hate. Don't go send that because it's not nice. No one should send hate. It's not nice to bully. You're the guy who literally sent me your opening message asking me why I was so stupid. Like, you can't make this up, people. You can't make this up.
Honestly, he's an actual real bully.
Me, little old me, a real bully. Thank you. He then spends the next like 2 minutes of his video just literally showing a couple of
Yeah, again, I sort of agree with you on that one, Ragreynolds. There's no such thing as bullying and harassment. I do agree with you on that at this point. There's a lot of people that accuse me of bullying and harassment, and I'm not doing nothing. So, yeah, also accuse Generation Productions, my other alter ego character, Generation Productions and Snickers, and the Snicker X. They accuse all of us of being trolls and bullying and harassment. So at this point, I just think that bullying and harassment doesn't really exist. Because all you got to do, if someone tries to send, which I think Generation Productions got some prank calls lately, all you got to do is if someone sends you a prank call, all you got to do is just block the number or just go, oh yeah, you see that little button right there? That little red button down the bottom there? It says end call or basically hang up. Push that red button and you don't have to listen to their messages. What do you go to when you go to things like this? Where you got like a whole bunch of messages and shit, which I'm not going to show because reasons, for privacy reasons. But, again, if you get messages, all you just go delete, 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 and then block the number. It's no different from being on YouTube or Facebook here, YouTube or Facebook either. Just block them. Block and delete them. That way the trolls and the people that sort of bully and harassers don't get to you because you've blocked them, It's simple mathematics. There's no such thing as bullying and harassment if you can just simply block them. And, that's the reason why trolling is become such a stupid concept, because it's like, yeah, you can if a troll creates multiple accounts, it doesn't matter. It's stupid. If you come after a person and keep bullying them and trying to wind them up to get a response, it's at this point that's kind of stupid. Just makes you look like an idiot, makes you look like a fool on the internet. So I do agree with you, Rag Boy, in that respect that bullying harassment doesn't really exist. Anyway,
my TikToks in their entirety, which are just videos that I made and clipped and put on my TikTok. I don't know what that's all about.
He's a dumbass. He really is.
I'm such a dumbass. I think if we watch my video and your video back to back, I think I'm the one who comes off as very well spoken. I'm the one who comes off as informed. I'm the one who comes off as though he can actually grasp the English language and grasp the concepts of humanity.
No. Okay, let me break it down for you, Rag Boy, of reason why you come off looking like a dumbass. One, your misinformation. Anyone can say anything they like. Hell, we've even had people talk about mud fossils, right? There's the idea of, mud fossils, the idea of, fossils, with dinosaurs, right? There's the idea now that there's the thing called mud fossils. And most of those things that class as mud fossils is either sculptures or natural looking rocks that look like animals or look like plants and things like that. That's part of Pandolia. But people make big stories and things saying, oh, there's a giant snake in the Philippines, it's been fossilized, or there's a giant head of a frog-looking thing over in New Zealand or somewhere, but it's just rock sculptures, right? Or rock sculptures or natural formations that look like something that they're not, it's stuff like that. It's about misinformation, people. It's about misinformation, Ragreynolds. All your belief in Australia doesn't exist, it's just misinformation. Of course Australia exists. You just made false information. And because you're making false information, again, that's the reason why people call you out and call you stupid, because it's misinformation. Again, you've read books been written by sci-fi authors and conspiracy theorists. Again, that's not proof either. Conspiracy theories are not evidence, Rag. Just saying. Just like you're saying the satellite stuff doesn't seem to exist, and saying satellite tracking doesn't seem to exist, which I've just proven does exist. The point being is the satellite tracking and satellite imagery does exist. You've ignored that. And yet here you go saying that the books that you've bought and borrowed and bought and bought, and even put links in some of your things to go where to go get some of these books, is all conspiracy theories. There's nothing much to it except for being conspiracy theories, dude. Like, come on. Seriously? Are you for real, Rag?
You're the one who comes off like a bumbling fool who has no clue what he's talking about, who can't even set up his camera properly before he starts to record, who has no idea what he's actually saying throughout this entire video, who makes assumptions and says that someone is 33 years old or maybe even in their 40s, and then admits, oh, wait a minute, I don't actually know his age, who says he said this in his video when there was no proof that I actually said the thing.
Ooh, you're interesting, sir. You're doing a gallop. See, here's the thing. Some people who are losing an argument do a thing called a gallop, where basically they do. I'm trying to think of it. What do they call it? I'm trying to think what they call it. Yeah, here we go. This is the one. The Gish Gallop. Basically, in the Gish Gallop is a heretical technique which a person in a debate attempts to overwhelm their opponent by providing excessive number of arguments with no regard for accuracy or strength of their arguments. The Giddish Gallop prioritizes the quantity over the gallopers' arguments at the expense of their quality. The term was coined in 1994 by anthropologist Eugene Scott, who named it after the American creationist June Gish, and argued that Gish used the technique frequently when challenging scientific fact of evolution. But yeah, the Gish Gallop. That's what this dude's doing, dudes. Old rag boy Reynolds here is doing a Gish Gallop, trying to overwhelm his opponent by just a spew of facts and blah, blah, blah. Not really paying any attention to what the boy's saying. Dude, what the boy is telling you is that he really believes that you're nuts, that you're not all firing on all cylinders, mate. He's trying to tell you that, but you're just but you rag boy, you're so fired up your own ass. You're so fired up your own ass you can see your foot coming out of your mouth. That's how far you're so up your own ass, dude. You know? That's what it comes down to, rag boy. You're so far up your own ass you can see your foot coming out your mouth.
You said that I said. I think it's pretty clear here who the dumb arse is. I think it's pretty clear here who people with any rationality or reasonability in their minds is going to believe is the smart one. And newsflash here, it's not you.
Excuse me, dude. I am a smart dude. And I agree with the kid on this one that you are a dumbass, rag boy. Seriously.
You had your hopes up there for a second, like, oh, he's getting ready to say I'm so smart. But no, sorry to break it to you. It's not you. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to have to be the one to tell you this. I'm so sorry that your parents never did. I'm so sorry that no one ever told you were mentally deficient.
Oi.
But now you know. And you're welcome.
Yeah, and this is coming from a dude who is mentally deficient, calling another teenage boy dude mentally deficient. Rag, do you see how fucking stupid that is? Just saying, you idiot. Anyway, so now Rag Boy's going to go and take a vacation. Well, good luck, Rag Boy. Piss off and stop attacking people. You know, at the end of the day, dude, just piss off and stop attacking people. Because at the end of the day, it's just going to make you look like a fucking idiot. And I'm glad you're taking a vacation, Rag Boy. Because you need it. Alright, so then. Because Rag Boy needs his bullshit. So, you know, what it is. And so here we go. I'm going to wrap this up, people. Again, thank you for stopping by. And thank you, Vale. Thank you, Dwerp. And thank you, Beck, for stopping on by. Look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Catch you all later.